Hey guys, you got Schottzie here. Still no word from Rob Butcher, but hey, that's all right. Listen, so I was on YouTube. I came across a Reds game, a Sunday night baseball game from 1990. I don't know how old you guys are, but this was a little bit before my time, so I want to go back and see what a Reds game looked like about 30 years ago on primetime TV. And here's a couple of things that stuck out to me versus the way the game is played today. First off, a lot of people will remember this as the game where Norm Charlton trucked Mike Scioscia. So this alone, I'll play this right here. This is a double down the line by Joe Oliver. You remember Joe Oliver, right? Just pulling it as hard as he can. Norm Charlton is clearly getting the stop sign. He doesn't care if he'll be out by 15 feet. I'm pausing it. Little backstory. This is how nasty the Reds were. Norm Charlton batted, I think it was like the 7th inning or whatever, and he was batting, and he basically leans into a breaking ball. There's clearly no intent. The Reds are up by 4, but it doesn't matter. If you hit one of the Reds, you're going to end up paying for it. So he throws his bat, and by the time he gets to first base, he's like, yeah, I'm going to run somebody over. I don't care if it's the second baseman. I might do an Amir Garrett, just run into their dugout. It doesn't matter. Don't hit me. So here he is. I'm going to play it again. Here comes the play at the plate. Mike Scioscia gets trucked, and it doesn't get any better than this. I mean, first off, there's the pitcher wearing his jacket. This is like the most West Side Cincinnati move I've ever seen. He gets up, high fives the hell out of, I think it's Todd Benzinger. And Scioscia, the most shocking thing here in this day and age, you'd have benches being cleared, the commissioner would come down and start handing out parking tickets and all kinds of stuff, but they just resume the game. The umpire dusts off the plate, and then they just play. They just keep going. To me, this is such a stark difference. I don't know. And then look at Marge Schott. Marge Schott. This was back when Marge Schott was allowed in stadiums and, of course, was alive. The crowd's going nuts. A late 80s, early 90s looking crowd. George Bush is president. Everyone's feeling good. I mean, it doesn't get any better than this. Anyway, another thing I wanted to point out here. Look at this hit by Barry Larkin. Look at this hit right here. I've never even seen a hit like this. It's like a pop-up infield hit. Like it's the only guy who used to get hits like this, if you remember, was like Rafael Furcal and maybe Billy Hamilton if he ever would have made contact. But like even Larkin's at first base and he's like, I don't know what I just did, but I'm on first and that's kind of funny. Another thing you'll notice about this game, obviously, is it's 1990. Just watch this game for like 2 or 3 seconds, and what don't you see? You don't see a pitch count. You don't see the spin. You don't see the StatCast stuff. And what I think that really, what that does, how the effect this has on the game is it's really about one thing: score runs. Like, that's it. And if you see the way these guys are playing, every single one of these guys, for the most part, is trying to just make contact. Because in their head, they're not worried about speed or velocity or loft or whatever, and the pitcher's not like, well, I'm coming up on my pitch count, I'm going to get yanked anytime soon. The pitcher doesn't know how hard he's really kind of throwing. The pitcher is just trying to throw it over the plate in an area that's not down the middle. And the hitter is just trying to find a way to put the ball in the field. And I really think that boils down to the fact there really is no game outside of the game here. There are no StatCast, there's no miles per hour, and where this materializes itself more is in the running game. They're not sitting around soul searching, waiting for the number 7 hitters swinging for the downs to try to hit a home run. These guys are trying to get into scoring position. It's such a simple game that you watch here. It's guys trying to put the ball in play, hit it as hard as they can for the most part, but if it's high, I'm going to let it fly. Chris Sabo, I think it's a 3-run Johnson right here. Yeah, he's like, all right, here's a pitch that's up. I'm running the count. I'm going to swing for it. And what's he do? He elevates and lofts it out of the ballpark. But Joe Oliver, a lot of these other at-bats, even Eric Davis in some respect, guys just trying to put the ball in play. And I really think this is worth noting. This is one of the main things I noticed. If you go back and watch some of these old games, it's really interesting. Like, look at this curveball to Lenny Harris. I mean, Lenny Harris is clearly so velocitized, as they'd say. The pitch is probably 65 miles per hour, and he swings and misses. That's the same as the result as if you throw it 102. So, I don't know. I mean, for me, I'm obviously more of an old school baseball fan, but so many really interesting takeaways from this game. So anyway, guys, this is a primetime game from 1990. I'm Schottzie.